Hello everybody and welcome to the Obscure Toy Files. I'm your host Boggs, and this is Boggs' Hand. And today we're taking a look at Kenner's 1990s RoboCop and the Ultra Police Toxic Waster Vandals Chemical Killer figure. Yes, finally, after about 2 years, I was able to get him for a decent price on eBay. Still new in the package. After doing that whole big review with all the, if you go back and check my other videos, like link in the description, or you go look into the other categories, I can just post a still picture here of the other video I did, and I did a whole bunch of RoboCop reviews because I really wanted to take a look at these RoboCop figures that appeared towards the end of the line that I used to see in my Kenner Action Toy Guides all the time. So the one figure that was missing from that set, because it was Claw Calhoun, I think, or Callahan. Claw Callahan. It was Claw Callahan, Torpedo Thompson, and then it was Scorcher and Toxic Waster. But for whatever reason, the price on him shot up to like $100 or more carded, and I was like, well, why the hell is he so much? I mean, Torpedo Thompson was like $50 at the time, and I was confused about that. But for whatever reason, Toxic Waster was selling for more money and was thus out of my price range. So I was kind of forced to just stop my RoboCop coverage because I didn't have the figure to review. And I wanted to get him new in the package so I can do an unboxing here for everybody to watch and see. The problem here, I bought this off of eBay. And what happened was, it was sold to me, sealed on the card, still sealed on the bubble. But for some reason, while I was traveling here, it was put in a bubble protector for like action figures. And what happened was, I put these paper clips here just to hold it in place. It was on there, so like the glue was so old, it must have hit something and just went and fell right off. So I was like, no, because I opened up the box and I hear this rattling, and I go, what the hell is that? I'm like, I got a carded action figure. It shouldn't be rattling. There should be no rattling. So I was really I was like mad. I thought maybe I got the wrong figure. I opened them up, and sure enough, Toxic Waster was flopping around in the box. His mask was flopping around in the box, like in the container. But the backpack, the Toxic Waste drum, and the cannon were taped in by Kenner at the factory. This piece of tape that went across, like right over here. You'll see it when I take the bubble off. So, fortunately, I was like, okay, at least some of it's still been not. It has been. Like I wasn't sure what happened. I was like, did this guy just did it fall off the bubble while he was mailing it to me? Like he was putting it in the package and it fell off, and I just went crap and just stuck it in there and made pretend I wouldn't notice, or was it more benign than that? And it was just it was traveling in the mail. It took a shot, and this just went in the force of the box hitting something, just shook the bubble loose. So I contacted the eBay seller, and he was really awesome. He was very understanding. I showed him some pictures, and he was like, okay. He's like, so what do you want to do? Do you want to return it? Or do you want a partial refund? And I was like, honestly, I'm like, I would prefer to keep it because I want this character for my collection. I've been looking for him for a long time. And I was, just the fact that he popped off the bubble, it wasn't my preferred way to get him, but at least he hasn't been used and then put back on the bubble or something like that. So the guy gave me about, I paid $77 for this after tax and shipping. And then he refunded me about $27 and change. So I got this for about $50, which is, I was much preferable for that. I was very grateful. The eBay seller, I'm going to put his name here. Go check out some of his stuff on eBay. He was a really cool guy. He didn't give me any problems, and I was so happy that he was able to make it right by throwing me some money back, because it was honestly like, dude, I just opened this thing. Like, it was still taped in the shipping box, and I heard the rattling, and I was like, what the heck is going on? So I was kind of like, I took a minute just to like, okay, it's probably not malice intent. These bubbles pop off all the time. You'll see on some of the other, like 1990 RoboCop toys. Because like, the bubble came off, and look how clean that came off. Like, the glue just was non-existent at that point. It was like holding on a little bit here, because he said there was some glue on it. And I guess that glue must have held it in place, but once it took a shot, it was just... But it's also cool because you get to look at the bubble, like that 3D like thing going on. Toxic Waster is such an interesting character, just because of the choices they made. I don't know why he has like green hair sticking out of his mask, And the fact that he's like blasting people with toxic waste is just bananas. I mean, the Vandals are crazy bastards, but they're just throwing toxic waste at people. Holy crap, that's not good. We're gonna take some more looks at the card back before we take the figure out and check him, see what he's about. So we go back to the back of the card again, and like I mentioned from a few years ago, this is where you see a lot of stuff that never got made. Before we delve into that, just as a refresher, we're going to go look at his bio up here. It says Toxic Waster, the Vandal's Toxic Avenger. Oh, I see what you did. Sprays nuclear waste and maliciously melts down the environment. Toxic Waster is armed with a drum full of chemical weaponry and leaves pools of toxic liquids in crowded downtown areas for the unsuspecting Ultra Police. What a nice guy. To use his gear and stuff, you fill the waste drum with water, squeeze backpack, insert barrel of weapon into waste drum, release backpack to fill weapon. Aim weapon and squeeze backpack to fire. Weapon snaps on above glove over half ring on left arm only. They were very particular when they made these. They can only be attached to certain arms. And there's marks on the arms, like you noticed from the Claw Callahan, Scorcher, and Torpedo Thompson reviews. And then here they have a cutout and fold, so you can do like a little checklist. It's all the different RoboCop figures. Now, I might have said this before, but it says 1989. This probably wasn't released in 89. This was probably released in 90. Because what usually happens is they'll print the card backs a year before, and then the stuff gets, released the next year. It's also interesting that it was made in China and packaged in Mexico. That's interesting. Now, on the back of this, like I mentioned before, there's a few things that are in this line that never got made. For one, I don't believe the RoboCop with RoboVoice large figure was ever made. And I know for a fact that the RoboHawk was never made, which is a cool-looking vehicle. It looks like it's some sort of plane that can like turn into like a standing position. I gotta see if I can get a hold of like a Kenner catalog from this time period, maybe see like more pictures of it. Because it's interesting that it shows up on the back of the card, which typically means that Kenner was ready to pull the trigger on it, but I guess by 1990, RoboCop had run its course in popularity, and kids just didn't care about that guy anymore. But you could have walked into a Toys R Us, a KB, in this time period and found these sitting on the shelf. They also show the Robo Glove. This got reused in the Batman and the Dark Knight collection toy line. It was part of the Batman roleplay accessory, and I will take a moment to... Right over here, you can see the Robo Glove being repurposed for Batman, which is pretty cool. It looks like it makes sense. I mean, it actually makes sense for Batman more than RoboCop, because RoboCop doesn't have a glove that shoots missiles and stuff. You can't really. It looks like there's a gun in the front, maybe, and then there's some missile launchers up there, because the Batman thing does shoot spring-loaded missiles. And then we go up here, and we can see the Vandal 1, which I've also covered, which I'll do a little sidebar. You can see a better picture over here, and also see my review I did of the Vandal 1, aka the Terminator car from Terminator 2, because they repurposed it for that. All they did was get rid of the windshield, and they added a skull on the hood, and they changed the double missile launcher to a big missile launcher. I always think this is a triple missile launcher for some reason, but it's clearly not. It's just 2 missiles. I don't know why I always thought it was that. And also the Robo Tank was another vehicle that was going to get made, but never made the cut. And that's pretty cool. They were going to make a tank. Again, I have to find a catalog somewhere from Toy Fair and see exactly what that was going to do. Because this one little picture on the back of the car doesn't really do it a lot of justice. But it's neat that it's just really fun to look at this and be like, well, this is what Kenner was planning, and 5 items from this line just never got made. 2 of them got repurposed, and the other 3 just never showed up. They never made this big RoboCop figure. It even has a place to put his gun in his leg. That's kind of neat. Alright, so we're done with that. Water-firing weapon, ages 4 and up. Caution, not recommended for children whose stupid objects in their mouths contain small parts. Good thing for Kenner. Also, he's a part of the Vandals Destroyer team. Nothing can stop RoboCop and the Ultra Police. You can see his Toxic Waster, like hiding behind the red logo, like Okay, so we got that. So we're going to take this floating camera mode, and then we're going to unpop him from the bubble, but not really. So this bubble was yellow too, so you can just go whee, get rid of that. And then here we got Toxic Waster. It kind of reminds me of Lex Luthor if you think about it. So you got to turn his head. 5 POA like so many of these other RoboCop figures. No vac metal on this guy because none of the Vandals have vac metal. But He's a pretty solid figure. He's got the Vandals logo on his left shoulder. Those are those rings they talk about. That's how you attach the cannon to him. It says on his leg, you can see it. Zoom in. Zoom in, camera. Can you see it? No? Don't want to zoom in? Okay. I will look at it myself. It says 1990. Oh, okay. Yes, this guy was 1990. Cool. Okay. I came from the future before the callback was even finished being made. Where's Superman? I'm Toxic Waster from Detroit. So he's cool, and then he's got this cool-looking helmet. He looks a lot better without his helmet than Scorcher does. Scorcher, well, let's just put a picture of Scorcher right here, right next to, yeah. Scorcher looks like a rabid Muppet. Get that out of here. It freaks me out. So we take his little helmet and put it on. It goes on nice and snug. He's got to fit it on his face so his eyes look out. Okay, there you go. Pretty cool looking dude. He looks like he's kind of like part of like a BDSM club. I just think it's so funny that they gave him hair. Like he's got green hair. It's like, the toxic waste I use, it made me bald. Don't play with toxic waste, kids. It's like, well, you could just do something else. Nope. This is my shtick. Toxic waste. I'm Toxic Waster. I don't waste this toxic waste, if you know what I mean. Head sculpt wise, pretty good. Just a normal dude. No like scars or anything. Just a guy who looks mad about life. No earrings or anything. Well, it's so funny. It really is. Like you look at his face and Scorcher's face. Scorcher looks like a damn Muppet. I don't know what the hell they did. It's like somebody was just rushing it. They gave him these really weird eyebrows and silly hair. So put Toxic Waster over there. Take a look at his accessories, which are still sealed in here by this ancient piece of tape, which is just as yellow as everything else is. Let's see. Just pull this back. No! Why? You can even see some yellow residue from where the tape was. It actually stained the hose. That's insane. Yeah, so this thing even has some tape residue marks on it. Because remember, when they have this tape goes bad after time. So if anything is taped into this, it's not going to last forever. The Toxic Waste drum is pretty sick. There's not a lot of accessories, like environmental accessories for RoboCops. Having like a barrel of toxic waste on hand, that's kind of neat. And we got this cool blaster and this cool pump thing. Now, this is interesting in classic counterfaction. We're gonna hold this here for a second, and then here. Oh look, doesn't that look familiar? Yes, it does. This came with Meltdown, or whatever the heck this is called, because I don't remember the name of this Terminator. So Chris can put it. If it's not Meltdown Terminator, please put the appropriate name in the text over here or something. But this here is the same exact accessory, which is why, if you were a kid, it felt very strange that this barely fit on your Terminator. It's because it wasn't made for him. It was made for him. So they didn't even retool like the thing. They just kind of slapped it on. When they made the Swamp Thing figures a few years, I think it was in '90, they also had like a backpack like this for one of the characters, and same concept, like the way that everything plugs in. So they definitely like knew what they were doing and put everything in. So let's see if we can get his gear on. So he's ready to go. Mess up the Vandals. Okay, maybe we have to. Let's see. Maybe we gotta take his helmet off first, and then put this on. Okay, it holds on okay. Not really, though. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a little... Maybe we can stretch this out. Hopefully it won't break. It's been coiled up in there. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. The backpack really doesn't fit on very well. It doesn't have any sort of, like, indentations on the inside. There's nothing really to help hold it in place. It just kind of sits there. But maybe once we have his helmet on, that could help a little bit. Maybe, hopefully. Okay, so the helmet kind of helps keep it on. So that's not a complete loss. And then we got the hose, and then as per the instructions, we have to attach it to the side with the little rings on the arm. So we put that there, and then boom. Toxic Waster is ready to mess up some Ultra Police and anybody else who gets in his effing way. Because Toxic Waster doesn't give a crap about anything. I mean, this guy's shooting toxic waste all over Detroit. Obviously, he doesn't care about anything else. But no, pretty cool figure. I like him. This is a long time coming. Literally, like, I think if you look at my video, I think it was December of 2010 is when I actually started reviewing these RoboCop figures. So now that it's January of 2025, it seems like it's been longer than 2 years. It seems more like almost 3. See if we can get this more lined up with his eyeballs. Boo, 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 boo. Yeah, it's one of those things when they make masks with holes in it, I would almost rather them not. I'd rather just have them have it just be a visor or something. This way I'm not going to worry about lining the eyes up. See what the hell he's doing. And the helmet is pretty cool looking though. You want like the hair sticking out? No, he's a cool figure. I like him. If you can get this guy for not a lot of money, I definitely would say go for it. But here's the thing: we got to try out this feature. So we're gonna pause for a second. And we're gonna fly over to the sink so we don't get the stage wet, and we're gonna see some water blasting action. I mean, toxic waste blasting action. That's right. Okay, we're back in the sink. So I'm gonna take a little water, knock a toxic waste or soaking wet. We have our toxic waste right in there. And then we're going, hurry on wet. Yeah. Damn buggies. Okay, so we put the thing in there. Then we start stirring it up. You can see it going through the hose. Yeah, I think we're good. I think that should be enough. Let's do it this way. Oh, the toxic waste spilled everywhere. Damn it. Now we're all going to die. So I'm going to spray. 3, 2, 1, spray. Take that. Toxic waster is toxic wasted. Need more water? No. I'm out of toxic waste. I'm out. I need to refill. Yeah, including this little drum it's not necessary. Like you can still you can use a cup, but having the feature there. All right, let's see. Zoom in on it, focus. Works pretty well. Although this is the part I just realized. Why did they include a character who shoots toxic waste, aka water, in a toy line where the other toys use caps? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either, toxic waster. That's probably a bad idea because I'm pretty sure if you get water on the cap finder features on those RoboCop guys, it's not going to be a good day. But also keep in mind, once we got to the last assortment from 1990, all of the other figures, even including RoboCop, don't have the cap features built into them anymore. It's all built into their accessory. So you can just take their accessory and put it over there while Toxic Waster hoses them down. Gives them an old wash-off. So yeah, not too bad. That was pretty cool. All right, now let's go back to the set. And we're back. So we're going to take a look at... I'm going to move some of this packaging stuff out of the way. Let's keep this card bag anymore. And we're going to look at some of the other Vandals figures we've had from the last review. Because we might as well take a look at them all together. See what these guys look like. Did you forget about me? Oh, it's Scorcher, aka the Muppet. Yeah, I'm crazy. Put my mask on quick. I look so much cooler. I'm perfectly fine. Don't look at me. Scorcher is ready to kick some or roast some butt. Oh, no. It comes with a hose. Hose doesn't really work. I don't think we're going to try using it. Oh, we are. Okay, I guess it'll work. All right, then. What you came here to see was a close-up of the backs of my hands. I'm here to watch the reviews, Boggs. Not look at your effing hands, man. There we go. Boom. Talk about big guns. My God. Yeah, I gotta get some of those, some of that G.I. Joe hose to use instead. But hey, including the hose was cool. That's a cool feature anyway. But the fact that it comes off at a moment's notice. Alright, so we got Scorcher with his obnoxiously large gun. Which I don't even think he can hold it up. Can I get his arm up a little higher? Scorcher? Yeah. We're just going to put the hose over there. You can't really see with the background anyway. So Scorcher's ready with his cannon held high. Because it is literally so damn heavy. He can't hold it up. And that's one of the problems. It's a quick touchback with these old... Because this thing... There's a cap firing mechanism in this. So like when you lock this down... You would also be triggering the cap feature with that. So it's like... And what's interesting, Kenner also reused this for the RoboCop... they also reused this for the... They used it from the RoboCop line, but he used it for Terminator 2. So, I think it's like Endoglow Terminator. I think he has this launcher. And then I think the bronze, like the copper metal mesh, I think Terminator Endoskeleton, I think he has the one from Torpedo Thompson, but they gutted the cap firing feature. I don't own any of them, so I can't compare it. We're just gonna keep it down. He's gonna light the background fire. He's doing fine. He's having a good time. We gotta get their boss out, Headhunter. Oh, as a quick side note, we're gonna be doing some once we're done with the RoboCop series, which will be done after today. We're gonna be dipping into Gotham City and looking at Batman Returns. Oh, sorry, wrong music. Well, maybe that's the right music. And yeah, they're about the same. They're about the same size, I'd say. Maybe Robin's a little taller. I don't know. Oh no, that's not good. It's not supposed to be taller. Well, son of a monkey. My camera started moving. Don't do that, camera. They're the same size, aren't they? Yeah, they are. I don't know why he looked smaller. That's weird. Okay, never mind. I was freaking out for a second because I had this whole plan to have the RoboCop guys and Gotham City guys meet up. And I'm like, what do you mean he's the wrong size? Let's have the same scale. Son of a... Kenner, you screwed me again. No, they're the right size. Their shoulders meet. What's your problem, Robin? You ready to come to Detroit and deal with me, Headhunter? Soon. Probably next week or so as we continue our unintentional Kenner coverage. So we got our, let's see. Here's your weird pipe thingy. Attach that to his leg. Oh, these accessories come with a Terminator figure too. Which Terminator figure? Well, I'll show them here. Ah, Kenner. This is not a mold I never wanted to reuse. We love reusing molds. It's our favorite pastime. Kenner, we've never met a mold we didn't like using twice. Okay, so we got the Vandal leader, Headhunter, and we got the new recruit, Toxic Waster, and then the other maniac, Scorcher. Oh yeah. Will I be buying more RoboCop figures? You know me. I often do silly things like that. I might go for Chainsaw because he looks pretty cool. And I need some other guy, and maybe Nitro, so that I can have people for Batman to beat up. Because if I'm going to be having Batman and Robin show up in Detroit to help RoboCop, I got to have more bad guys to punch around. So that wouldn't be a bad thing to do. No, yeah. So there we go. That is our look at the Vandals again, which is a cool thing. I'm glad we were able to see everybody. Oh, hold on a second. Let's get their cool vehicles out. Boom. Yeah, that really looks cool. You know, I just love, it's one of those things, I always joke about Kenner reusing stuff all the time, but it really is fun when they take something they were going to make in a line, reuse it for something else, and then you're able to put it with the toys it was supposed to be with. I mean, that's just really freaking cool to me. And what's even neater, honestly, is this Terminator colored thing. It matches Headhunter more than the Vandal they were going to use. I mean, the Vandal 1, I mean, look at the colors on that thing. It's like black and purple with like jungle camo and stuff. It doesn't really doesn't really match the it even looks like it matches the bike. This just looks so much more better. And I'm so happy I'm able to put all this together. Plus, you know what it is, honestly, the Vandals only really had this motorcycle, so you could have had a couple of them for them all to ride around like in a biker gang. Like like, even though it has Headhunter riding it, doesn't mean he's the only one who gets to use it. I mean, you could have a couple of these things. They didn't really cost a lot. I mean, at Pamita, whatever that is, it was $7.99, and then it was reduced to $4. So this was not exactly a very expensive vehicle. You know, even in the scheme of like 80s stuff. My idea, though, with these guys was I was going to have. Now I get to try this out. I was going to have one guy ride it in the front, like holding on to the wheels and stuff. So I was going to have him riding like that, and then somebody else would ride on the back. I don't even know if this is going to work because there's another seat there. So it might not even do what it's supposed to do. Well, close enough. He stays in there, though. Let's go, boss. Yeah, let's go toast those RoboCop guys. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. I don't know if his legs are wider. Could he sit back there? Well, he wouldn't ride that way. Oh, okay, so maybe it's just because their legs are narrower. Don't touch me like that, boss. That makes me feel strange. That's even worse. Don't do that. Oh, so that's cool. I mean, I'm glad that Ken at least thought about giving it a second seat. Maybe it'd be better if we put Toxic Waster in the back. Let's try. No, my helmet. Lex Luthor. See, DC Comics has to cross over. It makes sense. They got the same dudes driving stuff around. Come here, Scorcher. No. Oh, man. Son of a biscuit. Yeah, okay, so their legs are not the same width. That's something we can note. I still don't know why they gave him a little bulge. Well, you are the boss. That's right, I am. That's why I am Headhunter. Okay. Yeah, so his legs are a little wider, probably because of this giant thing in his back. So, whether these guys are designed to work on the bikes or not, you may have to make them fiddle with their legs a little bit. He can sit on there okay. And maybe put Scorcher back there. Because then Scorcher could okay, there we go. And then Scorcher could hold his cannon. Just light people on fire as they drive by. You probably don't want to be spraying toxic waste around when you're driving in a car anyway. So, yeah, it works. Well, I'll take it. I don't know if it'll stand up, though. The cannon is way too big. It goes like this way. Well, I can't see where I'm going. Oh, Jesus. Ugh, it's so hard to find good evil minions nowadays. Son of a... I'm going to go recruit some people from Gotham. All right, where's my car? No. Right, so there we go. Kenner's 1990 Scorcher? No, not Scorcher. Kenner's 1990 Toxic Waster finally making his addition to the RoboCop team, or the Vandals team, rather, to be a jerk with them and do jerky things. Oh, I can't put it on. Oh, okay, cool. Nice. Nice. Not bad. Not too shabby, I say, he said. Hails to the year. Okay, so, again, this is Boggs. Scorcher's just not in the shot, because he shouldn't be. Thanks again, people, for tuning in. And we're going to talk about... The next thing we're going to do Next reviews are we're going to be going into Batman Returns. Those will be coming out in a week or two. Once I start getting, I'm still waiting on a few figures to come in. So once I have everything that I need, then I can start doing reviews on that. All this RoboCop goodness everywhere. You can't beat that. Not even with a baseball bat. But RoboCop shows up. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. No, complete the Robo command. Something stops RoboCop. Pop, pop, pop. Thank you for not smoking. We're gonna end the video here.